letting go into peaceful silence, remaining in a calm state of mind. I breathe deeply in the crisp, cold air, being with the trees. I know I am free-falling, gazing into a never-ending brightness, wandering into an endless future, collapsing into the here and now. When we were in the Pentlands, it feels like a lot of the time it can remind me of my childhood, because I was growing up in that area, and a lot of the time when I was younger I used to go there, went for long walks with my friends, and a lot of the time, even if I was feeling really down, I would go there sometimes on my own just to go for a walk, and it would really make me sort of clear my head, and I'd sort of go in all weathers. Like if it was snowing, I would still go and find it amazing. You'd find different things every time you go, like some things you wouldn't have noticed, and then you think, wow, look how beautiful that is, or how like interesting that is, and things like that. I think the reason I kept going back there, just because I got to know it like as I was growing up and things, and it made me sort of forget about the world that I was living in. It felt like I was almost like back in the beginning of time when we were living in the caveman times, and I felt like, oh, I could just live here. I was inspired when I was younger from Havisham. It's a poem by Carol Ann Duffy that I did for my higher English. Wrote about it, and yeah, it really inspired me to write like that, because she put in such great metaphors and things, and it evoked a lot of emotion in me when I read it. So I thought, you know what, that's what I want to write. I want to write things like that, because a lot of the time my thought process is quite dark, but in a nice way, kind of like appreciating the darkness, if you like. I stare into an unfamiliar face, without a trace, a ghostly complexion, a look of lost affection. With trembling lips, her heart flips. Death consumes her eyes. Then I begin to realize, beneath the horrible disguise, I'm looking at what defines me. Too dark and lost to be, what have I become? Erased, destroyed, numb. No, I wouldn't say dark is depressive. I'd say it's kind of like if you watch a horror movie, like people like to enjoy watching a horror movie. It can be quite comical sometimes, or even romantic. I think darkness can be quite interesting and intriguing, and I think it's something that I like to stick to. It's something that I don't even know, like subconsciously, I just go into some sort of dark description, but it's meant to be in a sort of beautiful kind of sense. This is Naked Souls. We see the sky into our eyes. We fall asleep with naked souls.
Anna.